Hello, grade 12s. How are you? We are continuing with our revision for the mock. Let's look at the next question. We are still dealing with paper 1, number pattern. And this one is in a convergence series. This is the continuation. In a convergence series, sum of the first two terms is 90. Sum to infinity is this one. Determine the first term and the common ratio. Now, to answer this, let me split this one into two. Okay. Now, this is the question. This is our question. Okay. Then, so we are supposed to determine the first term and the common ratio. We have this information given because the question says it converges. So if it converges, the sum to infinity must be given by this equation. Or we can use the ratio. The common ratio must lie between -1 and 1. Okay. Now, in our question, it was given that sum to infinity is equal to this. So we are going to equate the two information. Remember, sum to infinity is equal to this. So that's what I've written here for this one. Then this is what I've written. Let me repeat. Sum to infinity is equal to this, which is for this. Then it's equal to that one. Then we are going to create our equation 1. Equation 1, what do? Transpose this 1 minus r is dividing. If you transpose, it's going to multiply the numerator. So that becomes equation 1. And we were also given in the question that sum of the first two terms is equal to 90. Let me show you. Sum of the first two terms is equal to what? 90. It was given in the question. But sum of the first n term is given by this equation. You find it in the formula sheet. So you write it down in your answer script. So sum to infinity, sum of the first two terms is going to be this, because n is going to be 2. So sum of the first n term is given by this. Sum of the first two terms, n is going to be 2. Your a will remain, r will remain, and n is also going to be 2. Then, since sum of the first two terms is given by 90, is equal to 90, you substitute 90 for sum of the first two terms. So this sum of the first two terms, that is S2, is going to be 90. Then a, this is our a. But r squared minus 1 is the same as r squared minus 1 squared. And it's difference of two squares. So we can write it in this form. Minus 1. So r minus 1 will remain as it is in the denominator. Then r minus 1, they are going to cancel out. So it's going to remain r plus 1. Then what are we going to do? We are going to divide both sides by r plus 1 in order to make a the subject of the formula. So you divide here by r plus 1, here also by r plus 1. So A is going to be 90 over R plus 1. That is equation 2. Remember equation 1, it was A. Let me show you equation 1. Equation 1 is this one. And equation 2 is also this one. So it means equation 1 is equal to equation 2 because all of them are A. So we are going to equate the two equations. So equation 1 is equal to equation 2. Then it means our equation 1, which is this, should be equal to equation 2, which is this one. So this is equation 2. Okay. Then we are going to transpose. How are you going to transpose? You transpose this 4 to this side. It's going to multiply. In other words, you cross multiply. This will multiply that, and this will also multiply that. So if this one multiply that, you are going to have this, and this 4 also multiply the 90, you are going to have this one. Then 90 minus 4 is going to give us 360. Then we want to remove this coefficient, so we divide both sides by 375, this side also by 375. And if you divide that one by 375, we are going to get 24 over 25. Let's visit our calculator. Okay. Now our calculator is here. So 360 divided by 375. That's going to give us what? 24 over 5. Okay. Then this is difference of two squares. It looks like difference of two squares. Alright. How are we going to make it? This is, yeah, it's difference of two squares. 1 minus r, 1 plus r. It's difference of two squares. So we can write it this way. 1 squared minus r squared, which is equal to 24 over 25. Then we can transpose this minus r squared to this side to be plus r squared. Then we transpose 24 over 25 to this side to be minus. This 1 squared is still 1. Then let's see how we are going to press this on our calculator. So first I'm going to press 1. Remember, we are still learning how to use it. Yeah? So this is my 1. Then 24 over 25. And this is going to give us 1 over 5. So you have your r squared is equals to 1 over 5. Then the last thing we are going to do is we are going to take a square root. So square root of 1 over 5. 1 over 25, sorry. So square root of 1 over 25 is going to give us 1 over 5. So our r is 1 over 5. But the question is looking for common ratio and the first term. So our common ratio, we have found a common ratio. We need to find the first term. So we can use one of the equation. We decided to use this one, equation 2. So this is our a, this is our 90. Our r is 1 over 5 plus 1. And what is that going to give us? If you press on the calculator, you should get 75. Let's do it together and see. So you press this first, 90, move the cursor down, bracket, you press that one again, 1/5, move this one down, up, then +1, close the bracket, and this is going to give us what? 17. Okay, I wish you all the best. Bye.